GWM. Go with more. GWM. Go with
Taklimakan Rally live stream. I'm Nancy, and this is the experienced rally expert, teacher hosting. Welcome to the live stream and focus on our telecom rally. Now is the stage number 11. Today is different. Now is not the starting point, it's the finish line. For this race, the SS10, most difficult one, already finished. SS11, just 21 kilometers short. So for the finish line, I will provide the information about the races to you. I have a question. We all know that like more than 400 kilometers, but this one is so short. Why is that? So for this year, there is a characteristic. We need to relocate the camps from the market, and today from the ASU is 400 kilometers. And after that, there is a pressure for the physical energy of the racers. So this is the special stage. It's quite short. So in the past 2 years, this is the very short stage for the rally is reasonable because we finished 10 stages. There is a big pressure for the racers and also for the vehicles. Sometimes you cannot see the fatigue. So I need to remind all the drivers, safety is the priority. So in a race, finish the race is the first thing. And after that, you try to get better performance. And there is the vehicle from GWM coming. After Ferris, 262. That is Zhou Renbing. For SS10, there's an 3-9 devil stage. He entered top 10. So for SS10 stage, the top 10 racers, almost 5% of 50%. GWM behaved really good. But for SS10, there was a really under so much pressure and so many surprises. What happened yesterday? First of all, for yesterday's stage, it was so difficult. Temperature really high. So the Cavigliasso and Anaran, for the first part of the driving, very good. Speed really fast. But in the middle, they stopped in the track. Maybe, I think something happened there. And also for Cavigliasso, he was quite slow. But luckily, these two drivers finished the race. And there was no maximum time penalty, no penalty. And because they were leading the race before, so now they still have the good ranking, good momentum. So in the race, they're so tired. They focus on the race. It's very important to be focused. Safety first thing. Another thing to make sure that there's no declining of the rankings. So yesterday's ranking, before the ranking, I want to show the performance of yesterday's race.
Today was a very hard stage, like stage number 5, really hot and very soft dunes. In the first part, I feel so good, and the last 100 kilometers, I down and hit like a camel grass. And then in my windscreen, I saw liquid for the water of the radiator. Paul stopped to help me, and then 1 minute later he thought to help me too. And then together we make a very good teammate to organize the car. Thank Paul for the helping. He for put some cigarette inside the water to finish the very hard stage.
So T means cooperation. So 251 or 252, they are all brothers. So when I noticed there were the difficulties, I had the water and other supplies for them. So we added the water and continued driving.
I think a beautiful stage, but really tricky. That you have to be all the time cautious what was behind the dune, and sometimes even though you were cautious, you were gonna hit.
We push, everybody push to win that stage, and to take a good result for the Great Wall Motorsport.
So 8 kilometers away from the finish line and no oil. And there was an assistance from Yao Weiqiang. Yao Weiqiang helped me. I added fuel, and then I was out from the desert. Hello, dear friends. Welcome back. I want to ask Ma Hailong. I didn't see him. When did he pass? So there's a saying here. We are all brothers here in the off-road race. Like Thomas Wang Huijun helped others. For SS10, the last mile, there was no fuel, and Thomas helped him. And finally, they finished the race. So Wang Huijun, the 25, and Cavigliasso, just like 1 hour away from the first place. So news like 6 hours, more than that. And now teacher Ma Hailong and also Ferris, they were able to go back to the camp. So Ferris after the line, and we can see this, the water tank leaking because we're all friends, all of us helping each other. The teammates are helping too. So they are all brothers, friends. So in this rally, performance important, but more importantly, we can see more people are helping each other. This good spirit and make us love this off-road race more. Yao Weiqiang, we call him driver. Team Yao, very good driver, also in the race. He can help the racers facing difficulties. So for Team Yao, performance also really good also. And after SS10, the accumulative performance for the T2, Cavigliasso, now the ranking is the first place, and most importantly, the overall ranking is 22nd, and then the news to driver number 257, ranking 25 place, and like 54 minutes away from Cavigliasso, even though there was a small mistake. But Everett also still driving really good. So back there, just now, Driver number 285, Zhou Renbing, ranking 3rd. For the T2.3, he ranks number 1. So like 3 hours difference from Everett. And then Huang Huijun is ranking 33, like 24 minutes away from Zhou Renbing, and then Ma Hailong. 5th place, 43 minutes away from Wang Guijun and Huang Dongxu. And Zhang Zichang, they are 11th place and 12th place. So after 10 stages, for the top 10, for T2 ranking, we have half of them, and they're ranking from the 1st place to 5th place. So for this vehicle behind us, too dusty. Number 297. So smoky, and with the turn, and they cannot see so well. If the vehicle front have the sleeping problem, if it cannot see and then still go forward, that is dangerous. So they are experienced. So for this part, we can also see that for this stage, it's a really short stage, precise stage, and we share the ranking of the T2 group, and GWM is the top 3 of the T. And Everett also performed really good. And let's focus on Li Xiaowen also for now. Now 6th place, if he can go forward a little bit more, and that'll be even better. So we need to do the analysis with you now. So for the following stages, there will be only 2 stages with longer distance, but not so difficult for these races. So now we need to focus on the small groups and the performance, especially the performance of the team. For T2E and Tank 700, 2 racers, Cavigliasso, number 1, 50 scores. Huang Huijun for that group, numbers 2nd place, 40 minutes, so 90 minutes already. The another one is Liu Hongwu. But with the rally rules, so the credit is to get the best 2 performance of the 3 drivers. So there will be high chance to get the championship. So for the Tank 700, the tactic for that is to maintain stability, control the rhythm, and make no mistakes. So let's look at the rivals. Just focus on the time difference comparing to Huang Huijun, 2 hours difference, 2-hour difference. So it's not small. So I did a conclusion, and we focus on the credit of the rivals and the 2 best rivals of the 3 racers. For the rivals, it's around 44 credits. So we have 90. So big difference here. Difficult for them to catch up. So Cavigliasso and Huang Huijun, they just need to keep the momentum. And for the following stages, as long as they can make it safely, smoothly, and take the vehicle to the finish line, they'll be okay. So from the previous stage, we can see that we need to make sure that Nico have the stable performance. And there was the Navarro and also Driver Yao. There was the regulation also. Yesterday, we were so under so much pressure because Huang Huijun had no fuel. Because if no one helped him, the result will be so scary. I was about to have a heart attack. And let's look at the T2.3. There's the club vehicle team. For this team, I think we are quite confident. And 2 racers, Zhou Renbing for now, number 1 in this team, 50 scores. And Huang Dongxu, the teammate, 40 scores, so 90 in total also. And after that, the racers also from Tank. It's the Tank 300, Zhang Qichang, number 3, Han Xiqing, number 5. So Zhang Qichang, 34 scores, Han Xiqing, 24, so total 58 scores. It's interesting here. This is the internal battle in GWM from Canon vs Tank. So Zhang Qichang, 8 minutes away from another one. No big difference for Han Xiqing. So there's almost 4 hours difference between these two. So Han Dongxu, Zhang Qichang, they both need to have some improvements. So the one is 50, one is 58, one is 90, quite different. So you get the first place and second place, and then you have better credit. If you want to get the champion of the Thieves Club, Zhang Qichang and Han Xiqing, both of them need to be better perform than Huang Dongxu. Huang Dongxu and Han Xiqing, there is a bigger difference. So there is another precondition. Huang Dongxu's result not only will be behind them, and it will not enter 5th place if they enter. And he will still able to get the champion, Navarro. Paul Navarro is here. Really awesome. Really fast. Back here so fast. And number 251, Cavigliasso. The overall result, number 1, 21 kilometers for the Dakar dual champion. Just a piece of cake for him, actually. Yeah, really stable performance. And now we are in the check-in point, the final check-in point. So for this stage, if they have some mistakes, and they will catch some attention. It's not so difficult for this stage. So after 400 kilometers of relocating, and they just need to finish the stage successfully, that'll be good. So this is the finish line, finish location. So in the live stream, we can get the first-hand information. You can follow our live stream. And the live stream is faster than the videos. And I want to tell you that 252, 251, they were here just now. But Paul Navarro, he was the 11th place to set off the vehicle. But Cavigliasso, the number 20th to set up the vehicle. So his speed is really impressive. So Nico was really fast at the beginning, difficult to catch up, but Navarro was able to catch up. So there is a really good young man with great potential for Cavigliasso. We can see he has a really impressive speed. And there is the number 256 drivers. Photographer, please adjust the microphone, please. Really impressive. The drivers are really experienced. So for Cavigliasso, he just needs to keep the momentum, be stable. His speed today is really fast. Let him rest for a while. Let him take off the helmet first. They're still discussing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think I'm not wrong. You started from this stage around 20th place, right? You go really fast.
Yeah, I feel so good, but in some part we take a wrong road because when they start we don't have a kilometer exactly to looking about what is the meter. But well, after that, the more important is to finish one less stage. That is more important. Everybody finish the short stage, but
Yeah.
but well, I'm so happy for that.
Yeah, so now you have a big advantage to win, to have a big chance to win. So, do you have any plans or ideas for the coming stages?
Now we continue with focus because every kilometer is very, very hard. I need focus every day. If we make one mistake in some kilometer, you break something and then you have a break something, maybe lost every chance to win. That is the idea. Stage by stage, kilometer each kilometer. We continue focus. Well, we see.
Play safe.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. 那么刚才呢，我也问
Just now asked Cavigliasso about today's stage. You were really fast. So at the beginning, there was a part that he made it wrong. And he spent some time there. So in the race, he was able to adjust slowly. And later, for the following stages, he will focus on the race. And for every mile, take good care of the race. That is the most important thing for him. So he does not think now it's time to relax. Driver Yao, congratulations.
tomorrow. So how do you feel about this? The stage is quite short, but the liaison stage is extremely long, 400.
The stage, we are a little bit angry. We were doing a really good pace, overtaking, and then in one moment, the road book was not well marked, and we had to avoid one person, and it was not well done, and we had like a little crash because there's the road book to say the organization is not really good, and we're really angry about that.
In
In
the special stage.
Yeah, we had to avoid one. There were cuts that were not marked. We're a little bit angry because it's a safety matter and it was not correct. And we had to avoid persons and everything, and it was not a nice thing. Yeah,
But still, you finish the stage.
yeah.
It's good. Anyway. Yeah. 那么他自己也说呢，今天
So he also mentioned that
他路数并不是特别的清楚。
the rule book was not so clear, so he had some problem issue in the process. But they have finished the entire race. It was quite successful.
Coming stages.
For sure, we will lose every stage. Tomorrow we will start really far away, so our goal will be to help Nico, and then the rally is over for us. So we
Just
are,
enjoying the race.
we're not really enjoying. Yeah.
OK，所以他接下来的整个的这个
So
赛段
for
呢，
the following
他就可以
stages,
放松，尽量的
he'll be a little bit more relaxed
尽量的去
and
争取赛段的好。
try to get good performance for each stage. And now, as said, you can enjoy the race now.
姚队，终于有机会跟你
Driver
聊
Yang,
天了。
finally I get a chance to talk to you. We know that for this year's Taklimakan rally, you have so many stories. And for today's race, especially for these several stages, you have helped so many drivers. I saw some drivers were thanking you just now. Some other stories? So for this stage, to be honest, our baby, 251, 252, I try to protect them. I need to make sure there was no incident. I stopped the vehicle because just 0.1 percentage possibility of damage. I'm worried about that. And then there was the GWM number 2A3, Huang Dongxu, my brother. He's the leader of the tank official team, and he said there was the problem. I said it's okay. I can be your support. So 2A3, I have been following him because my main task is 251. Number 251 If there is no problem, I will protect 2A3. If there is no problem, I will help. But number 251 is the most important one. Just really helpful. You need to protect 2 vehicles. So number 251, for now, the ranking is number 1. Your brother, Huang Dongxu, T2.3 group ranking number 2. So your protection is vitally important. Now 261 and 263. So I missed one stage, and that the overall performance will not be good. But this is the race. This is the teamwork. Team means cooperation, solidarity, teamwork. So with the rules of the race, there will be the mutual assistance between our teammates. So we are all brothers in off-road race. There is a spirit of the Taklimakan rally. So for this year, I watched many of your videos. I'm really impressed. And that day, I almost cried. Don't make me wrong. Which video is the one about you crossing the finish line? There were many netizens tried to cheer for you, singing songs. What did you feel at the time? I felt so touched, of course. They were singing the songs, the battle songs. So when I do the dubbing, I have this kind of song, and all the fans, all the friends view this as the battle song, and they sang the song for me, and so cozy, and I felt so touched, too touched. So actually, for this year's Taklimakan rally, to be honest, it was not too good, but we know that you are capable of this. And also, maybe I would say something maybe is a little bit too much, but it's true, I think. In the entire race, for entire Taklimakan rally, your status is there. Driver Yao, as long as you have the problems and you are expecting Driver Yao be next to you and he will be provide assistance to you and help you out. Do you have some expectations for the following stages? Just 2 stages now. One is helping, another one is the Grand Canyon, quite a long distance. My test, I still have my test. I hope my teammates will finish the race safely. There was my major goal and task. A round of applause for driver Yao. Pick up, driver Yao. My best blessings, and I hope you can enjoy the following race. I hope you can have champion for next year's rally. Thank you, driver Yao. Thank you, everyone. Reputation is high for driver Yao. There is the charm of the driver. So we can see the race is continuing, and behind here you can see the track. So for today's track, and there was an opportunity by accident. I was there, not this one, a similar area. I tried to experience that. So for this track, the surface, the soil really hard. Some gravels, so you can drive fast actually, but you need to be extra careful because there are some bumps, some holes. Even though it looks not so deep, but you need to be slowed down, or you will be bumped up on the really high. So you cannot see too well. That is the problem. So after this, what kind of feeling do you have? Share that with me. So it's not too difficult to find a direction, but sometimes you will see some sand ridge, and when you have that, the only solution is to go along the ridge and get the right position, and they will take some time. So today, for the stage is quite easier. Just now we talk about the T2 performance, including the T2.3 and the ways for the cooperation for the following stages. And now it's about the T2.1, and the ranking has been changing. So for GWM, we need to mention NRED. So yesterday, more than 6 hours, but for T2.1, also leading. So for the Canon, 3 racers, Li Xiaowen, NRED, and Na Yuntai. Because for the previous stages, Na Yuntai had the maximum time penalty, so he was not able to help the team. So he cannot get the ranking high easily. So we are depending on Nissan, NRED, and Li Xiaolong to do it. So for the credit, so with the champion 25 scores, because the distance is really long and more than 7 kilometers, and now NRED have 50. Li Xiaowen ranking number 6 and now 20 scores. So for the rivals, they have 47 scores, and we just have 7. So for these 2 drivers, they're just like 37 minutes away from the previous race. So from the ranking, if moved to number 6 to number 5, and then we will be the same as the rivals. Both of us will be for 74. They'll be depending on the performance of the racers. So for NRED, he has been having the good performance for all the stages with the same. It's possible to get the champion for this year's rally. We find out that it's hard to know Li Xiaolong. So similar to NRED. Also from the Civil Society, really fast speed from northeast part of China. He adapts to the IC land driving. So for this rally, this year, he has had some preparation for this year's Taklimakan rally. But the training was not too long. So, and the situation of the desert has been changing. It should be a long period of time. So comparing to a person who grew up in here, so Li Xiaolong already behaving really good. So safe performance, no big mistakes, and for the showing the better momentum for the stages. So for Li Xiaolong, he is not so experienced for this kind of rally, so he's under so much pressure. You need to be fast. So if you 10 kilometers faster, and you may get higher chance to have the mistakes, accidents. So Li Xiaolong, I hope he can play it safe, and based on that, have his some advantages and have the speed. So for his goal, it must be rank higher place, one place higher. So the logistics support part is also important, and for so other team, and there is the collision, and they have other problems, small problems following. So that is why we said we need to protect the vehicles. So the GWM support in this regard is really good also. And so for Li Xiaowen, ranking number 6, and for the previous 2, the 266 and 265, ranking number 5. So his goal is to focus on number 266. So if there is enough data, we can do the detailed analysis of the racers, like the average speed, and what's the strength of the rifles, and what's the strength of Li Xiaolong. So that make good use of the strengths of Li Xiaolong. And also, we need to focus on teamwork also. So for Na Yuntai, he cannot get overall championship. But for other stage, for today, quite short, no chance. But if there is the longer distance special stage, maybe there is a chance for the teamwork. So to make sure that Li Xiaolong can have good performance. So there is difficult for Nan Yingtai also because he started the vehicle late. So in the process, no matter what kind of strategy we use, we will face difficulty and challenge. So we need to choose one and do the analysis and provide some confidence for the drivers, so they can have the good performance. So good, maybe even better than the expectation. So for today's location is really beautiful. We are surrounded by the mountain. So 2023 and 25 is the ranking stage. This place is popular this year, and there is a celebrity was here before, and now this place is popular. And there will be the ASU stage. And do you want to share something about the following two stages? Not too difficult. And many racers know that for the canyon row, for the T2 race cars, it will be easier to have the speed because there will be the soft sand, the same water here. Because the vehicles are tired, and we need to focus on playing it safe, just like Cavigliasso mentioned that once you have the mistake here, there will be a big trouble, and you can now correct the mistakes. And there will be no more stages to correct the mistakes. So finish the race, no time penalty, is already very good. Almost all the racers for the final stage, they still want to have better performance, better result. They want to get the golden helmet and go to the award stage. And the performance better than the previous day rally performance, so they will be advantageous because they want to be bold. And some drivers think in this way. But I still want to remind you, please focus on the race, be focused, and make sure that you can the safety of the vehicles and yourself. That is the most important one. We expect the good performance, and we hope you will play it safe and make sure that you are safe. So for media friends, I also want to remind you that you need to be careful. So now it's different from before. And there was a period of time I was not in the long distance off-road, and now we're here again. The environment is different now, especially for the live stream. Before, we did that for the race. There was the big machine, and just the starting point and the finish point, to have 5 minutes inside that. If you want to get the live stream signal, that was not possible at the time. So difficult at the time, not so many equipments, but now different. And there were drones, and there was the cell phone live stream, and many friends coming into the stage and experience the situation of the stage. But I want to remind you that, especially for some social media friends and also some audiences, because for this area, an area similar like this one, and there was a local vehicle. They entered here, and there was the cell phone. They wanted to do the live stream, I think. I want to remind you that if you want to make it closer and have the live stream and watch the race, you need to be safe. Make sure that you are safe. Absolutely a safe location. And yesterday I talked to teacher her, and so for this race in our country, we can make it even better in our country. There is a happy thing. I hope that you can join off-road and like race and rally, and this beautiful place with good food, and see the passion here. I believe that after this, many people want to drive the favorite car and come here to have fun. If you don't have the favorite car yet, you can choose GWM's vehicle. So there is the teams, and they are following 2 stages. I hope that you can cheer for GWM, cheer for GWM teams for the following 2 stages. Let's cheer for them. We hope that we can have the success. So we're almost done with the live stream. And I hope that you can put the name of your favorite racers on the comment zone. And maybe tomorrow we'll be interviewing your favorite racer. And you can click follow for tomorrow for the starting point of the vehicle. We can know more information about the performance of the race. I hope they can finish the race and hope the drivers can have the good results. And so tomorrow morning, see you tomorrow morning. So let's go to the logistics support in Baoding. Thank you. Thank you too for inspiring speeches. Welcome to Baoding venue. And several days ago, we talked a lot about technique and like the test for the battery and summer test and the winter test. But are you curious about this question in the lab? And there is the extreme temperature. What's the last one? The comprehensive test. Where is that? So now we have the judge here, Engineer Wang. Hello, everyone. I'm from GWM. I'm Wang. So in the lab, there is the test, and also there will be the summer testing and also the winter testing. And there will be the final test here. There will be the row. After this final test, they can have the congratulation. I will talk about this big test for you. So we talk about the test, like the area and also the investment and the specialty of this kind of test. So for our factory, 100 billion RMB, and investment has been increasing. It's not 1 billion. It's 0.1 billion. 0.1 billion. 114 square meters. And so for the factory, and there is the high-speed road, and there is the plaza and other functional modules, and special road surface also. And on the road surface, we can see different kinds of forms, like the gravels and the roads with the piston holes, and the roads with many turns, the muddy land, and we have the preview for different road conditions, and we have the factory, and there was the layout, and for this layout, Mr. Wei, and there is the lead engineer in designing this, and there is the vehicle and spare parts factory. This is the first in China, and there is the good utilization of the land, and there's the example in the country, rated by related agency also, and we do the testing directly, and when we notice the problem, the engineer can do the correction right away, first time. That is why we can close the loophole so fast, solve the problem fast. So Mr. Wei had the testing is more than 200 kilometers per hour. And what kind of concept is that? What's the content of the test? So in the live stream, in 2024 September, and the speed was 200 kilometers per hour, and there is the hot standard. The distance is 7.2 kilometers, and 44 degrees of the corner, and the highest safety speed can be as high as 300 kilometers per hour. So for this test, it's not for the data. There is useful. There is the test for the performance of the vehicles with high speed driving and like the stability. and the performance of the vehicles, like the noise and the durability of the tire. And for the corner, 44 degree, so 180 kilometers. I know that in the lab factory there is a zone with something like the mountains. Those are the testing mountains. Those are the testing mountains. The height is 20 meters, and down there is not the natural mountain. So we have the support for the mountain, to support the weight of the mountain, and 9 hills for that. So we can know the performance of the vehicle climbing hills. And for different hills, we had the designs, and some of them with the tires. So simulating the hill climbing in the icy land. So really steep for this one already. So it was difficult to get this for the mountain overlapping, not more than 20 centimeters and more than 100 layers. And we need to test them, all need to be quantified and finish all this. We need to do the pressing so the mountain can go down. And we finished this in 15 months. So a lot of effort from the team. Another thing is that, so the hill, when it's too steep, you cannot see what is in front of you. You cannot see the two sides. You only can see the sky. That is why the challenging related to seeing the sky when you raise your head. So you talk about the testing mountain. More than 100 rows of it. You talked about the Belgian row. What's that? There is the representative one related to the fatigue. It's about the construction, 7 of them, 28 of testing row, more than 2,700 kilometers. There are the gravel roads and twisting roads, different roads. For Belgian roads, they're man-made, stone roads, not even at all. So there was the bump and there was the go up and down, just like mimicking the one in the Europe. So you make it more fatigue. So for 7,000, that kind of fatigue is like equal to 30,000 kilometers of fatigue. So the vehicle has been driving there. The pressure from the chassis and other spare parts, they all be impacted by that. So engineers, after testing, they check the noise of the vehicle and check there is the loose of the spare parts of the chassis or not. So all the vehicles need to have this kind of test, of this kind of devil test. So there are many testings. We talk about the testing mountains. So in the testing factory, what other testing do we have? There are other 2 testing zones, like the dynamic plaza, 150,000 kilometers. So we can say this is one of the biggest dynamic plazas. Is the dangerous testing, like all this kind of testing are done here. So just like based on the high-speed testing, that is 160 kilometers. And the straight road, and there was a curve corner, and there are different kind of hills. For one road, there will be 2 functions. One is dry, another one is wet. So they will be good for the R&D of the tire. So just like mimic the situation of the plaza in the urban and testing for the assisting driving system in the urban low-speed driving. So need to check the urban part also. Just now we talk about testing mountains and the Belgian road. So these are the regular projects in the factory. And for the off-road vehicles, do we have the testing related to that? Yeah, GWM has been doing this, started really early. So for the Baoding off-road base, we are providing this kind of battlefield for our off-road vehicles, mimic the terrain of the off-road race, like the rock and also the roads with the water and also the peak holes. So for all the mass production vehicles, they need to have this kind of ultimate testing verification. And there is non-paved road, and just like Gobi road, and there is the crossing, there is the gravel stone roads, and there will be the testing mountain, and there was the hill, 60%, and also the tire road. So all of these are preparing for the off-road vehicles. So we have done this at the first place. So GWM has been doing the off-road part for 36 years now. So for off-road roads, the standard part is doing very good in China. So for 2025, in the desert, we had a training day, and there was the R&D testing, all integrated into one. There was the desert testing base. So the off-road testing has been improved. So GWM have the testing related to Gobi, mountain, desert, icy, ice, all terrain. So for all the off-road vehicles, all of them have been tested in these areas for numerous times. So I heard that in 2024, there was a huge upgrading. There was the intelligent networking. Can you talk about this? So intelligent networking, and in 2024, based on that, there was the intelligent smart driving testing. And 139,000, there is the area, 1,000, and there is the intelligent networking, the core for that. A functional zones, and there was the tunnels, and there will be the plazas, and also the service station also. So at the meantime, there was the ones related to the airbag. All the vehicles need to finish the test here. So just now you talk about the simulation tunnel testing. It sounds really sci-tech. What kind of simulation is that, and why do we need to do this? So when we drive in daily life, and there is the light and dark, and that complicated weather, and there is the it will be hard for someone to drive the vehicle. And there is the key factors we need to consider also. For this kind of testing, we focus on the natural weather and long cycle. You can simulate extreme weather, extreme situation. So we do this based on this pain point. And this is the first vehicle enterprise doing this tunnel. And there is quite long. So for the rainfall, it can be really huge, and that scenario can be repeated. And there will be the technique to add the water. And you can repeat the weather or scenario again and again. And we can make the visual part really affected. So when sometimes you're on the highway, you see the fog, we can simulate that kind of situation. For the line, we can simulate the sunrise, sunset, and also the lightning effect. We can do that also. And the difference will not be over 10%. And more importantly, we have the full transportation device, and have the information like the urban transportation situation here. So in the tunnel, there was the heat simulation device, and there will be the testing all year round, so it will not be affected by the seasons. I talk about the Muxu Lijiao. What is that? What is Muxu? There's a kind of plant, the grass. For the shape of the leaf, when you see it from the sky, it looks like that kind of grass. So the vehicle enter in this area, and there will be the turn, and the shape is just like that kind of grass, really similar. So the high-speed road and urban road, the similar kind of situation. Many vehicles and the travel flows complicated, and there will be the changing of the situation, and there will be the crossing and also the convergence. So after knowing this, we can know why there is the one we choose, and you can identify the transportation signal and control the speed of the vehicles, and the sensors and are good for the decision and control capability. So we had the authentic cross bridge. The length is 531 meters. There's the north and south, and the focus of that is NOA, Navigation Assistance System, for a special scenario. So highway and urban road and this complicated situation. It's not isolated one. They are so high-speed corner, and for the tunnel, and also the bridge, just they form the testing zone. So like simulating all the situation you can encounter on the highway. So enter the tunnel, and there's a difficult weather condition. We have all the scenarios for you here now. So the Taklimakan rally is all in full spring. Let's talk about the relations, the labs, and the summer, winter testing, and testing factory, and how to do the coordination with this system. Good question. Just like I mentioned at the beginning, almost 100 labs, like a special testing training, like safety of the battery, and they have the specific testing and make the individual performance make it the best. And summer and winter testing, like going to Japan with 70 degrees Celsius, and also the cold place like minus 30 degrees Celsius, and also the mountain with high mountain. And for our testing factory, it's a comprehensive testing, and for the individual capability and also the real world experience, and put them on the classic scenario and put them all together and do the testing. So for the mileage, 7,000 kilometers equals to 300 million kilometers of fatigue. So the vehicle can be qualified to be delivered to the users. So the rally is a place to improve our vehicles. So there will be many testing, and they're reinforcing each other. And in the race, we can see more problems, and then we do the upgrading in our labs. And for the lab and the testing factory, focus on the technique, and then put it in the rally again, and do the testing again. And for the race, providing feedback to the R&D, and R&D supporting the race. So there is the coordination here. So the lab has the standards, and the winter, summer testing know the limit, and all of them coordinating and promote the reliability and performance of the vehicles. Just now we talk about the fatigue, the durability. 7,000 equals to 300,000. Why we had this kind of calculation? It's not that you make it easily overnight. It's from the real users. We did the scientific calculation. The engineers have the real scenario from the users and get the data, and like the vibration rate and also the torque, and go back to the factory and integrate all of them in our factory. Like Belgian row, like the dance, and also the height, because it's not even. We did the precise design first. And for the length of the hill and also the vibration, we do that based on the situation in Gobi. So 7,000 kilometers. When you're done, we're done. And you check the body of the vehicles and check the chassis and other key parts to make sure there will be no wrecking, no crack, no losing problem. So notice the problem in shortest time. So the last, I want to ask a question as the leading personnel in this testing, and how do you view this kind of work? Is the training again and again. There is the safe for the users. Mr. Wei mentioned that. So you can provide the support to the users to have the worry-free drive on the difficult situation, not just the IC role. All the torches in the factory, like the continuous testing, like the hill climbing and Belgian roads testing, the shaking, and also the testing in the tunnel. So in these scenarios, maybe the users will never have this kind of scenario. But what if? What if they have this kind of situation? We will make sure that they can face it safely. So for all the parameters, all from the testing from the engineers again and again, we need to make it good, and GWM have the best quality to our users. There is the point for our work. So the reassuring and the safety to the users, to all the family. So there is really heartwarming. I want to thank Engineer Wang again. Thank you, Engineer Wang. So there's the ending of today's live stream.
GWM. Go with more. GWM. Go with more. GWM. Go with more.